Welcome back to another episode of Azrael Reacts. I'm your boy Azrael, and today, American Indian versus Native American. This is still ramping up. And I don't know if I asked this in my last video, but what happened to that lawsuit? I'm just wondering what happened to that lawsuit. I do got videos in here of people asking the same question, like, I thought you guys were suing us because we said that we was American Indians and y'all said that we was lying and we was fake. But what happened to that lawsuit? I'm just wondering. Like, I'm not trying to antagonize nobody or anything, but y'all sure do come inside my comments antagonizing me and talking all types of bullshit. But then when we lay facts at y'all fucking feet, y'all have nothing to say. And like I've said multiple times, what the fuck happened to that lawsuit? Because I could have sworn that y'all was telling us, oh, we're gonna sue you guys, so you guys can't say this anymore. And yet we haven't seen shit, heard shit, no shit about this lawsuit. Because honestly, I think it's bullshit. That's just me. But hey, if you're enjoying the videos, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe because every little click helps. We thank you guys so much over here at Azure Reacts. Let's go ahead and get into these videos.
Great news, TikTok. When I say great news, absolutely great news. So purportedly, my name is one of the many names that will be in this so-called lawsuit that the Native American people are bringing toward Black indigenous people or Black Indians or Black pretendians, however they like to say it. Either way, I'm ecstatic because let me tell you something. We've been trying to do this for so long. Just get the federal court to say something. Just you either are or you aren't. But they keep rendering all these conversations mute. So firstly, on behalf of all Black indigenous people here in the United States, we thank you. We thank you because not only are we astute, I didn't say it right, not only are we astute in history, we're also astute in legal jargon. We've read every treaty, every law, everything. We've read it. And you're going to open up a door that no one else wants to open up. We thank you. Now that is the best example of brother and sisterhood. Open the doors for your brothers and sisters to be able to walk through it. I'm not being facetious. I am literally excited. Like, I got chills all over my body because I'm so excited because, again, what you're getting ready to do is you're going to open the door for something the colonizers already knew, which is we will have the largest nation in the United States. Thanks to you. 100% thanks to you. And I also want to thank you guys for bringing awareness to who I am and the Yamasee. You see, my people were downplayed in history for so long. Like, no one knew about the Yamasee War of 1715, right? They only knew about the story of those of you, all our brothers and sisters, because you're still our brothers and sisters, who were put in boarding homes, your hair was cut, your names and identity was taken, and no one ever questioned, well, who were the Indians that were put into slavery? Well, my family, thank you for informing them. Thank you for letting them know it was our people. Thank you for waking up so many people of color who had no idea that they could be a Black indigenous person or their ancestors were Black indigenous people. And because of your willingness, thanks to you, they're waking up to this. We can't wait to see you in court. I promise you, we'll bring at least 1,000 of our attorneys. And you remember, please don't get upset. This is for the best of the culture. This is for the best of Native American society, because finally we'll get a chance to put this to rest. We will finally be able to put this to rest. And we're really hoping that you're bringing your federally recognized tribes and nations forward. We don't want just regular Indians without cards. Okay, if you're not a card carrying Indian and you're trying to file this lawsuit, please don't come. It doesn't help us because we need the federal tribes to come forth so that this can be a federal thing, which then just takes it to a whole nother level. But again, we love you. We thank you. We thank you. We really honest to do. And we look forward to seeing you guys.
That's when it hit me. The best idea I ever had in my entire life. That's the worst idea you ever had in your entire life. You just mad you didn't think of it. You want to start a fundraiser with no cause? I'm the cause. Cause I want a house. Cause I want a yacht. Cause I want to get this guap. That's the cause.
The African Union, right, has this thing, 2025 year of reparations. Click on it. Now, mind you, keep in mind, we counted about 70 to 80 billion the other night. 2025 year reparations. Let's read this. This is Africa. AU theme of the year 2025 being Justice for Africans and People of African Descent through Reparations. The African Union has designated 2025 as a year of justice for Africans and people of African descent through reparations. This initiative underscores the AU's commitment to addressing historic injustices, including the transatlantic slave trade, colonialism, apartheid, and genocide. It builds on decades of advocacy, collaboration, aiming to foster unity and establish mechanisms of reparatory justice on a global scale. And I'm like, wow, they didn't go, wait a minute, because how, what, you didn't, that's not you, that's not your story, right? Y'all said that was the Negroes in America who was on the boats, right? But then guys, I just kept meddling through this website. I saw so much, including the fact that Africa, unbeknownst to us, please share this live, guys. And look what comes up. Africa made us their 6th region. Did you know that? Africa made the Negroes in America, the darkies, the black people, the black Americans, their 6th region. They made us a state within their diaspora. So they have a state outside of Africa, and it includes us. Who told them to do that? I have no clue. Why I'm just not finding this out? I don't know why all these African diaspora channels ain't never pointed this out. I have no clue. Please click like and here, please share the video, because this is wild. They were able to bring us inside of their group, because mind you, this African Union has been around since 1963, and they have never been able to get this amount of money in this period of time, right? And their whole thing was, African Union, let's go back, they're trying to change how the world sees them, right? And so then some smart nigga over in Africa said, this is how we can change it. Let's bring the black Americans in and make them our sixth region. I was looking for their, let me go to their about, which page is this about, is who we are. African states. If they have 55 states and we're the 56, or something crazy like that. No, I'm looking for the part. It's a part on here where they're explaining how they don't want the world to view them as people who are not capable of doing business, people who are not capable of trade, people who don't have enough money going into their bank accounts. They explain all of this on their site, right? And then you go into the part of the site where they made us the 6th region. One people, one voice, one Africa, diaspora of African descent in America, people of African descent in America. And this is how they have, look at this. Our mission is to galvanize, mobilize, structure, and empower the people of African descent in America, as well as reconnecting them to the motherland. One voice, one people, one Africa. The African Union has invited the African diaspora to bring voting members of the AU to that together African people who can move together towards the unification of the African continent into a reality called the Union of African States, or United States of Africa, in the near future. But this is supposed to be us, right? They took our whole identity, is what I'm telling y'all. They took our whole identity, using it for their benefit. Look at this shit, man. Look at this. Look at this. Who told him to do this? Who gave them permission to do this? Who the fuck gave them permission to do this? What? Yeah, this is wild. This is crazy. This is so crazy, bro. I swear. This shit. I said, let me go. I wasn't even gonna go last day. I said, let me get somebody else eyes on this. This was not on my bingo card. This was not on my bingo card. These fucking orange eyes. Put us in it. Use us for marketing. And then start brokering deals all over the place. We don't even know we involved in this shit at all. We don't even know. Like, we're involved in their whole like this website. How they're explaining how they want to be the leaders in culture and all of that. And then they're sitting here. Let me show y'all.
So the Diaspora Initiative looks to tap into $1.7 trillion African American purse. When I see Diaspora Initiative, all you got to do is put equity in between that shit, and now you got DEI again. They trying to move DEI all the way to fucking Africa by using us again. You know they used us for DEI, but that's neither here nor there. So Southern Africa is the target market for the first in a series of African diaspora and Friends of Africa investment summits. So why the fuck are you looking into the African American purse? Have you looked into the Brazil? You know, it's black people in Brazil. What about those black people? Are you checking the pockets of the black people in the fucking UK? Why you want our money? Is it because it's the most? Huh? Something about this just don't sit right with me, man. And after all this, after the Essence Festival flop, and we realized that Caroline Wanga, Watanga, whatever the Fonga, whatever the Figo, whatever the fuck, nigga, then just completely tore down the Essence Festival. Now it'll never be the same, and probably it'll never be anything again because they Africanized it. You know, we are black Americans, bruh. Like, we have a whole totally different culture. Stop trying to supplant our shit and co-opt our shit. G, this shit is really pissing me off. So now basically you just gonna tell us that, yeah, we want y'all money over here. We don't want y'all, and if y'all don't want to come over here, we don't care. We want to figure out a way to get y'all money over here is all I hear. So let's read this. We got a little bit more to read. All right, so let's read this. African American buying power could reach $1.7 trillion by 2030, projects the McKinsey Institute for Black Economic Mobility. But only a tiny fraction of it is currently ending up in Africa. So let's stop right there. So you know how much money we're making, and only a little bit of it is coming over there, and y'all want more. Okay. with the African Union and the Joe Biden administration both promoting the diaspora as a key potential source of funding for the continent, a coalition of black business leaders is coming together to help turn things around. Let's pause again. They keep using this word fucking diaspora basically just to mean American black people. Because the fucking diaspora don't mean Brazilian black people. It don't mean fucking black people in the UK. It don't mean fucking Haitians. Right? It don't mean fucking Trinidad and Tobagoans, nigga. What the fuck, man? This shit pissing me off real high key, G. I'm gonna read the rest of this, man. On 17th October, they announced the first in what they envision as a series of African diaspora and Friends of Africa investment summit over the coming years. New opportunities. A few dozen investors and U.S. government officials attended the launch at the South African Embassy in Washington, D.C. The half-day event was a precursor to a 3-day summit focused on a 16-member Southern African development community. Scheduled, they just got all these fucking names for these fucking organizations just to confuse you. Basically, we want your fucking money, give it to us, and we got a whole bunch of ways for you to give it to us. And this is basically an opportunity for them to take the diaspora's wealth and redirect it to the fucking continent. Like, what is that? Y'all just tell me, yeah, give me your fucking money, nigga. What? So y'all gonna tell me as black Americans, y'all going for this? Y'all agree with this shit. So y'all would rather build up Africa than build up America? Let me say this. Okay, instead of us just giving you money, let me just let us buy your fucking country then. How much is the Congo? How much is Ghana? How much is South Africa? Tell me how much it is. How much is Rwanda? How much is Ethiopia? How much is Somalia? Right? I can guarantee you, we might be able to buy all the motherfuckers for less than 1.7 trillion and turn them into American economies, because it won't be Africa no more. Let us buy it. Fuck giving you the money. Let us buy it. Let's change the conversation.
Exactly. That's how I know they're all liars, they're all bullshitters, and they're all disingenuous, because they don't never do this with the fucking Caribbeans. They don't never make these comparisons with the fucking Afro-South Americans and shit like that. Never. They always say, oh, we all came on the same boats and the same ships, it was just a boat stop difference. Then why are they always hounding black Americans, always making comparisons to black Americans? They never do this shit with the fucking Jamaicans or the Haitians, the fucking Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, fucking Trinidadians, Panamanians. They don't never do this shit with nobody else except us. And I wonder why that is. I wonder why.
Man, get in here. The whole African diaspora. And I hope this reach a lot of Africans. And I'm about to tell you some secrets that you should know. And everybody share this tag of African, a disrespectful one. The reason why you got asylum in North America, or you even invited to North America and got a so-called birth certificate or dual citizenship, because our peoples built the White House. They don't tell you this, right? We did not come from Africa. We was building America that looked beautiful, right? These immigrants, they didn't build nothing but destruction and lies. The Capitol building, it was built by us, right? It was built by us, the one that made the laws that getting people deported, right? Because if we never would have built the Capitol building where the Democrats and the Republicans do business at, right? See, this is what they don't tell you. They turned their back on us about lies to say we came from Africa and we came to America on boats, but we never came to America on boats. They came to America on boats. And we build up their community, and they turned around and lied to the whole world and say, we are the Africans. They came from Europe and Africa. We was already here building stuff like this. This is why we built it. And oh yeah, we literally built it. Now, you like America? Tell me we have no culture. Did you ever look at our inventions by the millions, by the thousands? We invented everything. And if you look right here, we invented more than 50,000 patents that the whole world used. It wasn't no China. China who? China what? China? We taught China. We taught China. Right? And we never asked for one penny, because yeah, we can take back our 50,000 patents. You love to come to America and you love the heat. We invented the furnace. We invented the refrigerator. We invented the TV. We invented everything, like the stoplight, right? We invented, you love planes and trains. You love motors, right? Your car will not have no windshield wipers. Right, doorknobs, mailboxes, addresses. We invented everything. But yet, you come in America and disrespect us. It's about time we put a stop to that. I told you, we're not fucking African. We invented the Omniac, right? We invented the fishing device, the baby buggy, the biscuit cutter, blood pressure bag. We invented the clothes dryer. You feel what I'm saying? The doorknob, the door stop, right? The egg beater, the electric lamp bulb, right? The light bulb, the air protector, the fire escape ladder. Yeah, the one on the side of your house so you can escape. The fire extinguisher, the folding bed, the folding chair, the fountain pen. We invented to get and it's just a little bit. So stop disrespecting us. We gonna put a stop to this and we gonna cause the stock market crash. We not African. And this is gonna be our last time telling you, somebody tag African. Or the whole diaspora. Tag somebody.
Black people are the real American Indians.
They don't want you to see. Saponi, the Catawba, the Creek, the Ojibwa, the Mohawk, the Seminole, the Rappahannock, or however you say it, the Passamaquoddy, or however you say it. My bad on this one too. The Taino, the Chickahominy, and the Unturned. I'm gonna show you another picture of them too, just in case somebody say mixed, right? Hold on. And Chief White Horse of the Osage Nation, born in the early 18th century. Make sure y'all share it. Part 2, maybe part 3 coming up. You don't know.
You actually are not First Nations, and this is so easy I can do it in the middle of a video game. Welcome to the cookout. According to the book, Asian Slaves in Colonial Mexico from Chinos to Indian, it clearly states that you guys are not indigenous to the Americas. You guys came from the conquering of Asia from the Spanish crown. You see, not only did the Spanish crown conquer America, it conquered Asia as well. So it made you prisoners on your own land, as well as sent a bunch of you guys to America. Now, whether you come from Indonesia, Bengali, Japan, China, Filipinos, I mean many places, one thing that is true, you didn't come from the Americas.
They've been here the whole time. How the hell they could survive an ice age? You know how cold it was?
Man, like, how many times I gotta tell you counterfeit Africans that y'all don't do research? Like, you should know better than that even had said something as stupid as this, but apparently not. Kind of shows your educational value, but let's move along. We can go ahead and ask AI what they think about what you said. I asked, was the entire Americas covered in ice during the Ice Age? Common sense question. The answer is no. Not all of the Americas were frozen during the Ice Age. During the last glacial maximum, around 20,000 years ago, large parts of North America were covered in massive ice sheets, especially in other fucking areas. However, significant areas remained ice-free. Central America and all of South America were not covered in ice, except for mountain glaciers in the Andes. Much of the southern United States, you know, where your family come from, yeah, Southwest, Southeast remained unclassified. Though they had a colder and drier climate than today, it wasn't the same. Alaska has some blah, 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 whatever. We ain't worried about that. So while ice sheets covered vast areas, especially in the north, the entirety of the Americas was not frozen. Many regions, particularly tropical and temperate zones remained ice-free, but a little cooler. This is a scientific map of what was frozen and what was not. Look at those areas. Here's a better breakdown for you so you can actually see the states. South Carolina, that ain't froze. North Carolina, that ain't froze. Virginia, a little colder up there, but nope, not froze. Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, none of this is frozen. Ain't these the same locations that your granny come from? See what I'm saying? Honestly, what you did was give an explanation for why so many of our people are actually centralized in the South. Ain't that something? So next time you decide to make a goofy little AI video, just do some research. You could have saved yourself some time. Like, what was you talking about? Because all these areas still had people in them. Damn.
Mexican people have dark skin.
Dark skin. That's the natives.
That's like most of the people in Mexico have that dark skin. But there are also people with white skin and blonde people because there's a big mixture.
Yeah.
But originally, the people from Mexico are
dark skin.
Yeah. The people from Spain came to conquer us, and that's where it all
the mixture.
started.
Yeah. But the main and is dark skin.
Yeah,
the native color of skin.
The indigenous people in Mexico, we have a lot of indigenous cultures like the Mayas, the Aztecs, the Toltecs. There are a lot of.
Guys, thank you so much.
You're so
there you go,
thank
man.
You so
You're
much.
the best.
The Cherokee Nation is acknowledging that it made a mistake in not extending citizenship rights to freedmen and their descendants until 2017, something its principal chief says should have been done 156 years ago under the Treaty of 1866. Kennedy Sepulveda, who reports on Native Affairs, joins us now with more on the long history that has culminated with an apology from Chuck Hoskin Jr. Kennedy.
That's right, Rich. And nearly 12,000 freedmen descendants have enrolled in the Cherokee Nation in the last 5 years. But just this month, the Cherokee National History Museum in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, unveiled a new exhibit that honors freedmen and shares their story.
We have to recognize that there were times that we imposed trauma on others.
Chuck Hoskin Jr., Principal Chief of the Cherokee Nation, says the tribe is facing its history by embracing the spirit of equality.
And I think any nation is a stronger nation if they tell the whole of their story, the tragedy, the triumph, and the chapters that are dark and difficult. And I hope people come here and, first of all, understand that happened. But I also hope they come away with some hope that we're in a new era in which, yes, we're recognizing that history, but we're also working towards collective healing.
The new exhibit details slavery and emancipation on the Cherokee Reservation, details of the Treaty of 1866, the vote that relinquished Cherokee freedmen citizenship, and the fight to reestablish those rights.
The most compelling part of this exhibit is the stories that were submitted by the Cherokee freedmen community that are a large-scale installation of those community voices that tell the story that have not been told for more than a century.
My mother worked extremely hard for the rights of her children, her family, all of us. And so I must say, I'm thankful. I'm thankful that we've moved forward, and I am proud to say I am Cherokee.
The Cherokee Nation, along with the Chickasaw, Choctaw, Seminole, and Muskogee Creek Nations, signed treaties in 1866 that abolished slavery in the tribes and granted full citizenship to freedmen. Article 9 of the Treaty of 1866, signed by the Cherokee Nation, states all freedmen and their descendants shall have all rights of native Cherokees. However, in 2007, the Cherokee people voted to define citizenship as by blood, which cost 2,800 freedmen their tribal citizenship. Cherokee Nation reversed that decision in 2017, and the Cherokee Nation Supreme Court ruled to remove by blood from the Constitution in 2021.
We are going to hold the United States accountable for every part of every treaty that we have. We can't do it if we refuse to or deny the existence of provisions in the treaties that say, for example, we must give freedmen and their descendants all the rights of native Cherokees.
The Seminole Nation also kept the long-standing promise to the Seminole freedmen, but 3 of the 5 tribes did not keep their promise from their 1866 treaties. The Chickasaw Nation Senior Counsel Stephen Greetham sent a statement that reads, "Few things are more sensitive than a tribe's right to determine its own citizenship. As to the 5 tribes, each of us have our own treaties and legal history. The citizenship status of freedmen under Chickasaw Nation treaties with the United States was long ago litigated, and the U.S. Supreme Court held in 1904 that our treaties and laws neither vested freedmen with citizenship nor obligated the nation to extend citizenship. The Supreme Court concluded that, quote, the Chickasaw freedmen are not members of that tribe within the meaning of the provisions of the agreement submitting the amended agreement to a vote of the male members of the tribe qualified to vote under tribal law." In 2021, Principal Chief of the Choctaw Nation, Gary Batten, sent an open letter expressing willingness to consider extending citizenship rights to Choctaw freedmen. The letter ended with, quote, "Today we reach out to the Choctaw freedmen. We see you. We hear you. We look forward to meaningful conversation regarding our shared past."
We're responding to something that we thought was sincere, and we're hoping that it was not just an empty gesture, but one must also reflect what was going on a year ago. A year ago, there was revisiting of the Nahasta Bill, which is Native American Housing Bill, that was being reviewed. Congressman Waters became aware of the plight of freedmen in Indian Territory, and so wait a minute now, then maybe we should put a clause in there.
Nothing ever came from that open letter. Principal Chief Batten sent a statement that reads in part, "Tribal membership for freedmen is a sensitive and complex topic. Over the past year, our leadership has respectfully taken time to consider this issue, and we have asked for feedback. We proactively received messages from very few people, so we also asked about the topic in our annual membership survey. The response has been overwhelmingly clear. While our members have sympathy for people whose ancestors were enslaved, they also understand the importance of having clear definitions of who is eligible for membership in our tribe."
They were fathered by Indian men and enslaved women. But of course, the policy was that, we follow the mother, the status of the mother.
Muskogee Creek Nation also expressed openness to consider expanding their citizenship rights to freedmen in 2021. However, those rights never came. Principal Chief David Hills sent a statement that reads in part, "And as a nation that has endured policies intended to exterminate us because we are Creek Indians by blood, the idea of granting citizenship to any non-Creek person is one that engenders deep, conflicting emotions. Quite frankly, our citizens stand on both sides of this issue, but the solution to this is not another colonial intervention by the United States."
Unfortunately, I think a sentiment that maybe comes maybe from the tribal sector that there's this alien people trying to force themselves in our community, but we were already there. We arrived in the 1830s with them.
The Cherokee Nation is hosting a reception to celebrate the opening of the new exhibit. The celebration is planned for 2 p.m. this Saturday on the...
Now, see, you're the laziest group of black people on the planet. You know why?
I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of these Australopithecus. Our ancestors marching for the civil rights is the reason why these Australopithecus can come to America
and make a better life for themselves. But yet they come to America and be very disrespectful towards so-called Black Americans. And then they act as if they ain't come from a fucking third world country. He's from Timbuktu, and Timbuktu is in Mali. In 2012, they had 260,000 homeless people. In recent times, they're trying to figure out, can Africa house more than 54 million homeless Africans by 2030? Y'all talk shit about Black Americans being on housing, but y'all need housing in Africa. You think we obese because 50 million of West and Central Africans are hungry and malnutritioned? You said Black Americans was uneducated, but in Timbuktu, y'all lack basic reading and writing skills. In Mali, young people aged 15 to 24 are not literate, and more than 2 million children aged 5 to 17 do not attend schools. You brought up abortions, but despite legal restrictions, abortions is common in Mali, but most are very unsafe. You said Black Americans are lazy, so I went and found an article by African titled, "Are Africans Inherently Lazy?" Let's see what he had to say. An African said, which leads me back to my original question, are Africans inherently lazy? No, I would say, but they aren't inherently hardworking either, which explains why Africa is not built up yet. You talked about Black American crime rate, but prisons in Mali are overcrowded and unsanitary, leading to low conviction incentives. Many crimes, especially rape, domestic violence, and theft, go unreported or unresolved. Courts are often unfunded, slow, and don't serve rural areas. So that means y'all out there doing hella crimes and not being prosecuted for them. Now let's look at the crimes y'all do in Mali and Timbuktu and Bamako, shall we? Crime is on the rise in Mali. Violent crimes, armed robbery, kidnapping, carjackings. I didn't even know y'all had cars out there to be jacking them. Petty crimes like pickpocketing, scams and fraud. Internet fraud is common and often starts in West African countries. Cybersecurity. You may be at risk of cyber-based threats during overseas travel to any country. Yeah, it's them over there in Mali and Timbuktu and shit. Please do me a favor and go read, sign, and share the 2 petitions. Here is a link for one of the petitions. You see where it say sign.moveon. That's one link for the Restored Lineage petition. And then here is the second link to the second petition. It's called Hands Off Our Lineage. Investigate AU6R USA now. Even though we sign these petitions, we also have to send cease and desist letters to these people. If you need help with that, please inbox me.
No, for real. Like I just watched this little thing on TikTok. They get mad because Just Hilarious and Charlemagne the God now was talking to this screamer on their radio station. However they wanted to talk to him, he came to their platform. I don't care if they were disrespecting him or not. He should have known what type of platform he was coming to. You got to put your guards up and your shields on and be ready to go to war. Little nigga, you a streamer. I don't care if you was 12 and you was around here talking about Harriet Tubman and black people. You knew what you was doing. You knew it. I don't care if you 30 now. I don't want to hear your apology, sucker. I don't want to hear it, nigga. I don't. We gon' always be with y'all. No, we are. That's fine. Charlemagne, Just Hilarious, y'all weren't wrong. Y'all should have tore his head off, made him cry. Now you should have called him everything in the book. You hear me? I wish you would have went ape on them, Jess. Y'all better than me, man. I had that boy walking out there crying. I wouldn't have dapped him up, shook him up, or nothing. I would have said, you sat in that game and chill. Wanting to be viral and famous? Here you go, sucker. Harriet Tubman, who? I'm a niece. What you finna do? Can you fight, sucker? Can you fight like my ancestors did? You can't. You better watch your mouth. I'd have had somebody pin him up in the hallway. I ain't lying. I said, get off my show, nigga. I'd have had a little nigga pin him up in the hallway and make him cry with them cameras on him. You want to be viral? You want to be a screamer, nigga? You want to talk about boy? See, that's what I'm on. Don't come to them platforms then. Go to the white boys on then. Stay from over there. You know what they bout, nigga. You saw what they did with Birdman over there and any other rapper. Come over there. Stay from over there. All you sucker streamers, stay from over there, suckers. Y'all niggas come from the suburbs. Do you understand me? You streamers come from the suburbs. Our parents couldn't afford them gaming systems back then for us. I'ma tell you something, suckers. Get out that chair and go outside. Go play on the monkey bars or something. Get your issue. Come on, man. Get a little scratch on your knees or your forehead or something, bro. Your elbows. No, for real. I want to see you bleed on your knee. Anything. Fall off a bike. Go ride a dirt bike. Let me see you on the handlebars. Anything, dog. Climb a mango tree. I don't feel sorry for nothing.
Something that doesn't make sense to me is that y'all hate on ADOS people, or Black Americans. And that includes the entire world taking our fucking culture and then trying to claim we have no culture, or people from the diaspora coming at us trying to say we have no culture or that we act this or that way. And then y'all turn around, even though y'all hate on Black Americans, and then ask us for our help. And then when we don't show up, it's a problem. Because why is it that we are the most hated people in this world? This is not an exaggeration. Like, literally the most hated people in this world. But when we want to have respect for our culture and have people put respect in our culture and making it so that Black Americans have a way to specify our culture, it's isolationist right now. Or it's oh, y'all being separatist. We all Black people, we all this. Where were y'all at when people from the diaspora was hating on us, when Black British people were hating on us and saying all that with their chests? But when we come after them, after y'all for saying the shit that y'all say, it's suddenly a diaspora war. I do not like the way that y'all treat Black Americans, and then you continue to hate on us, to downplay us, to say that we are in a victim mindset, even though we were put in slavery for 400 years. Even though we have made something of ourselves. And that's not to say that other diasporas have not made anything of themselves. It's not what I'm saying at all. In fact, I don't hate the other diasporas like they think Black Americans do, apparently, because the way they be coming after us. But I simply want to point out the hypocrisy that y'all have towards us. You expect the world to hate us, and then when the world is in trouble, turn around and mule for y'all. And that's not even just the diaspora. That's the whole entire world. I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand. Like, it makes no sense to me. Someone explain to me. Someone explain the mindset to me.
Nigga, suck my dick. If both your parents not black, you could never be blacker than me, bitch.
Man, get in here, get in here, get in here. I got another banger for you. Secrets shall be revealed. So you want to know the secret behind the Civil Rights Act of 1964? And you can take a screenshot if you want to. But we're going to get back to this. How did they get thousands of tribes in North America following behind Dr. Martin Luther King of millions of tribes to sign two treaties, one in 1964 and one in 1968. Now, let's start at the top. Civil Rights Act of 1964. But let's go down here. United States Code, Title 11, Chapter 15, Subchapter 1, 1503, right? Let's see what that is. What that says. What that says. What that says. Oh, okay. So I'm not lying. Okay, so I'm not lying. Now, here go important court case, and you can look this up yourself. But it says the United States do not own the land of the ancient mound builders of North America, right? Much more than 1 million square miles. The MERS, M-U-U-R-S, which is the right term. But 1 million miles is half of the earth, including half of Africa, including half of the British Kingdom, Ethiopia, 1 million miles. Now, if you want to take a whole screenshot, before I broke it down, as you can see, the same chapter, 1964, right? And as you can see, North America, much more than 1 million miles, right? The so-called title holders, right? So, my thing is, ask yourself this question. They did this as pastors and reverends to get us to sell our birthright. And when he figured out what was going on, this is the end result, right? But yet, so-called the hidden ones reclassified us as African American once they thought that we sold our birthright in this treaty, Civil Rights Act 1964. But if you'd like to donate $1 for part 3, I greatly appreciate it. Come on, donate $1. I got part 3 coming.
Boy, we making some moves out here, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. We making some moves, we making headway. And people thought that this delineation thing was just an internet thing. Nah, this went past the internet. You got people right now saying that they are foundational African Americans. Real shit. And I know y'all heard of the FAA. Yeah, y'all heard of the FAA. When I first heard it like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I'm like, man, what the fuck is this? What is the FAA? What is the FAA? I never heard of it. Then I'm starting to see more and more like black Americans that don't like FBAs or the black natives to this land or the Solanis or all the other stuff. Now they saying they FAA. And I'm like, what's a foundational African American? How can an African be foundational to this land? How can you be a foundational African in America? Like, that don't make no sense. Then they trying to remix FBA, foundational black African. I'm just learning that last night. Somebody just told me about that last night. Our foundational black African. Boy, let me tell y'all something. These tethers are crashing out. Some of these immigrants are crashing out. The Democrats are crashing out. All these people are crashing out now because black Americans are delineating. We are delineating, and people don't know how to react to it. And there are lots of people get online. A lot of people say, "Oh, FBA or the Black Indian movement or all this other stuff, you know, it's just on the internet. No, it's not just not on the internet. I can walk up to a stranger black person, a black person that's a stranger to me in the mall, Walmart, Target. I prefer Target, but let's say I go to Target and I meet a black person. I say, hey, you heard of FBA? He like, yeah, I heard of FBA, da 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 da. Hey, is your family black natives to this land? Yeah, man, my grandma's a black. They know this is outside of the internet. I'm telling you, this is outside the internet. Listen, there are people on this app that's getting paid to discredit FBAs or black Indians and stuff like that. That's why you see a lot of people disrespect us in the way talking about we a hate group, we xenophobic, we all these things. We all these things, but they keep harping it and they just crashing out even more because they can't wiggle out of it. These tethers are crashing out. These Africans are crashing out. Even these Caribbeans are crashing out right now. They are crashing out because they don't know what to do now. They never had to stand on their own 10 toes in America before. They keep calling us MAGA. They keep calling us, oh, we want to be close to the white man. Nah, they want to be close to the white man. That's why they flee over here so they can be close to white mommy and white daddy. Does it make sense for me to go to a place where the person that destroyed my house is living over here and I'm going to leave my house that you destroyed to come to your house, to the abuser house? These people want to be close to white mommy and white daddy. Black Americans, we really don't want to be around them like that. You know what I'm saying? We cool with being segregated. We just want y'all to leave us alone. You know, that's why you have terms like Karen, the terms that we have made up against those people, because those people be always in our business. I'm sorry. They always be in our mix. If 6 of my partners, we sitting on the corner somewhere just chilling in the white area, white people gonna stop and ask what's going on. White people gonna call the police. White people gonna say, hey, you can't stand here. Like, nigga, this is a public sidewalk, nigga. We can stand wherever we want to. These tethers want to be close to white people. They keep saying we have white supremacist talking points. We Trump supporters. No. We just delineate. And don't let, I'm gonna keep saying this. Y'all know I sound like I always repeat myself a lot in my videos, but I just like to remind y'all, don't let these people gaslight y'all, bro. Don't let these people gaslight y'all at all with this FAAA. That's just being disingenuous. They ain't gonna do nothing, because guess what? We're gonna run over there too. We're gonna run over there. They ain't gonna last long. They ain't gonna last. We too strong out here. We is too strong out here. We making too much progress. We making waves out here. We shaking tables out here. I don't care. I heard I was listening to this podcast. We are responsible for the deportations. We responsible for the Democratic Party crashing out. We even responsible for the 14th Amendment. We're responsible for a lot of things that's happening out here. And a lot of these tethers is not feeling that, bro. A lot of these immigrants are not feeling that, bro. A lot of these Democrat supporters are not feeling that, bro. And I'm not a MAGA, Trump, Republican supporter, but I do love what he's doing with this immigration shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. And guess what? Once again, black people, we cannot be deported. I love y'all, though.
The original natives were black. The original natives are 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 black. Y'all mad. Y'all mad. Y'all from Siberia. Y'all from Siberia. Y'all from Siberia. Y'all are racist. Y'all are racist. Ha ha, you showing yourself. Ha ha, you showing yourself. Y'all are racist. Y'all support Jim Crow. Y'all are racist. Y'all mad, you gonna stay mad. That's why your culture is Siberian. Y'all got the same culture. You got the same culture. You do the same dances. It don't got no flavor. It don't... Keep it 100. Nothing y'all do got flavor. I'm gonna keep it 100. Y'all food don't got no flavor. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that Native American cornbread, the shit y'all cooking. That is not no American cornbread. I ain't never seen that cornbread on none of my plates at Thanksgiving. Never. I ain't never seen that cornbread on my Girl, get your flat booty ass on my goddamn comment section. I know your ass.
I have to agree. Like, ever since y'all said that shit, I haven't seen shit about the lawsuit. Absolutely A1 nothing. I've had a lot of you Native Americans come inside my comments and be real racist, which I'm not really surprised to anymore because you guys are heavily fucking racist. Y'all try to act like the First Nation. We are the most kindest people in the world. No, you guys are some of the most racist drunks I've ever fucking met in my life who are very irresponsible with fucking money. That's not even me trying to be rude. That's just me stating the facts. A lot of you guys are very much drunks. A lot of you guys are very much fucking terrible with money. Y'all come inside my comments and say the most despicable, disgusting shit possible to me just because I'm watching videos. So y'all push me to the point where I'm actually responding now. And you guys know how I feel about you since it seems to be okay to let me know how you feel about me when you don't even fucking know me. I think you guys are fat, lazy, irresponsible with fucking money, drunks all the time, doing cocaine way too fucking much. You guys really need to cut that shit the fuck out. And all around just fucking trollish, racist fucking people who claim to be the most nicest but are the most hateful. You guys are more racist than me than what white people are. And that's insane. That's like truly saying something. But I know this won't get through to any of you guys because you're the First Nations. First Nations, my ass, y'all wasn't here until about like what, 400, 350 years ago? We've been on this planet for 7 million years. Get the fuck out of here. You don't compare with us. We was everywhere first. It's not wrong for us to claim our indigenous and aboriginalness. That's not wrong for us to do considering we've been here for 7 million years. When we say that every piece of land is black people land, it is. Because we was on this bitch first. We are the aboriginals to every piece of land on earth. Get over it. Cry about it. You're not first shit. Like old boy said, you guys are the last. You was created last. But hey, if you like the video, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe because every little click helps. We thank you guys so much. But I've been your boy Azrael. This has been another episode of Azrael Reacts. I'll check you guys next time. Deuces.